Much criticism as I receive about my son, I would like to shed light on the fact. We all got bad kids, okay? Now listen, don't make it seem like I'm the only one on here who got bad kids. Try to take the good with the bad and just let them know, you going to prison if you keep it up. I don't wish it on him, you know what I'm saying? I don't wish it on him. And I love him through it. Whatever he going through, I love him through it.
It looks like Tia just slammed the door on King Harris and tossed out the crown. And the reason? A leaked tape that exposed King's alleged boyfriend and shattered their entire family image. The footage was messy, the timing was wild. And what followed? Pure chaos. Not only did the alleged boyfriend come forward with fresh receipts, but insiders are now claiming that the real issue for T.I., the Sony King, wasn't the tape itself. It was what that tape threatened to reveal about their entire family empire. Fans are buzzing, asking, what do you know about that? I know all about that. And they are raising some serious questions. Did T.I. already know about this? Was this his breaking point? And could this be
He just became a father, so I got 2 grandchildren now.
Wow, congrats.
Yeah, I got 2 granddaughters. I got a grandson on the way.
Wow.
King's about to have a son.
King's about to have a son. Congrats.
Yeah. And I told him I'm going to make this the greatest gangster of all times. I will raise this child to torture you the way that you tortured me. I promise you, there will be an indictment in this young one.
It's the surface of a much deeper secret the Harris family's been hiding. One thing's for sure, 2 things for certain. The internet is on fire, the drama's getting darker, and T's silence? It's making it all worse. So let's dive into this mess behind the leaked tape, the exposed boyfriend, and why T's family power may never recover from this. We're cutting straight to it. Bring them out. Bring them out. 'Cause it's hard to keep quiet when all this heat is on your mouth. Let's jump into this drama, ASAP. Okay, word on the street is that T's finally hit his limit with King Harris, and this time, it's not just petty father-son drama. Insiders are saying T.I. has officially cut him off. Like, done. And it all goes back to the leak of that tape, which has set the internet on fire. But don't get it twisted. This isn't your average celebrity scandal. This is the kind of mess that could expose way more than just King's reputation. If you've been paying attention, you already know King has been pushing boundaries for a while. Talk about testing the limits. King Harris has been the black sheep in the family for a while now. From public outbursts to viral clashes with his parents, he's been testing boundaries for months. But this latest leak? It's on a whole new level. Not only was King allegedly caught on tape with another man, but the man involved is now stepping forward with a bombshell claim. He's the one who's been kept hidden, and he's not staying quiet anymore. Fans are starting to connect the dots, and many are saying this might be the real reason T.I. decided to cut ties completely. It's not just about the tape, it's about the bigger fallout, the exposure, the humiliation, and the whole narrative that's now shaping the Harris family brand. If the rumors are even halfway true, this could be the beginning of a new, messy chapter nobody saw coming. And from the looks of it, this might have been the last straw for T.I. Word on the street is that he's completely done with King. No calls, no texts, nothing. Insiders claim T.I. feels publicly humiliated and blindsided by the leak, and is done protecting King from the fallout of his actions. But wait, here's where it gets even messier. Apparently, T.I. is now pressuring Tiny and the rest of the family to cut ties with King too. Allegedly, T.I. wants everyone to fall in line and stop engaging with him altogether, because it seems like T.I. believes King isn't just making reckless choices, he's actively tarnishing the family's name. Let's make something clear. This isn't about the gay tape. It's not about T.I. being homophobic either, at least, according to those close to the situation. What's really fueling this storm is years of built-up frustration. King's been acting out for a minute, fighting in public, clashing with fans, embarrassing his parents, and pushing the limits at every turn. Old horse, fake teeth, T.I. has reportedly spent years trying to keep King in check behind the scenes. But now, this scandal? It's bigger than anything they've dealt with before. It looks like T's finally throwing in the towel, washing his hands of it all. It may sound harsh, but let's be real. Given how reckless King has been and how fed up T's looked for a while, this fallout was practically inevitable. The tension between them has been building for years, and with each new scandal, T's patience has been stretched thinner and thinner. When this latest drama hit, dragging the whole family through the mud, it wasn't a matter of T.I. snapping. It was just a matter of when. Everyone knows the relationship between them has been strained for a while, and it's all thanks to King's countless shenanigans. King has always had a complicated relationship with the spotlight, and an even more complicated one with his father, T.I. Like most celebrity kids, it started lighthearted. But it didn't take long for the headlines to turn messy. For King, the drama wasn't just social media antics, it bled into real-life consequences. Back in September 2022, King posted a clip claiming he had just been arrested and was currently in detention. He didn't give many details at the time, but the video quickly went viral and sparked immediate backlash. People weren't just questioning what happened, they were calling out T.I. directly, blaming him for not keeping his son in check. It didn't help that King had already built a reputation for being wild and rebellious. From public outbursts to refusing to back down from online beefs, it was clear something had been brewing behind the scenes for a while. For many, that arrest was the breaking point. Fans began speculating that the tension between King and T.I. had been building for years, and this was just the tipping point. Just one more public reminder that all was not well in the Harris household. And let's be clear, T.I. doesn't take kindly to people questioning how he raises his kids. So when the internet started dragging him over King's behavior, T.I. clapped back, quick, fast, and in a hurry. ASAP. He jumped on social media, firing back at fans, telling them to stop coming at him with all this King drama. According to T.I., King knows exactly what's right and wrong, but he keeps choosing the wrong path. It was one of those moments where you could feel T's frustration not just with the situation, but with the fact that the internet felt entitled to tell him how to raise his son. And honestly, with the way things had already spiraled, it was clear this wasn't the end. It was just the beginning of a much deeper rift within the family.
He want to go through the different challenges and adversities. He want to be tested and be graded on his response to whatever his skill set is in that area. Not, oh, well, he did bad because he T.I. son.
And then there's King's rap sheet, which seems to grow every time you blink. In such a short amount of time, his name has hit the headlines, and not for anything good. From skipping court dates to nearly crashing into a police car, it's been one scandal after another. During one traffic stop, officers allegedly found both grass and a substance in his vehicle. Oh, and let's not forget, he was also hit with charges for driving on an expired license back in 2022. At this point, it's starting to feel like trouble just follows him. Or maybe he's the one chasing it. And the worst part? Every time something goes down, the internet doesn't hold back. They immediately pull his parents back into the spotlight, dragging T.I. and Tiny into the mess. People are quick to point fingers, blaming them for not raising him right, or saying they gave him too much freedom. And honestly, this explains why T.I. feels the need to cut him off over the gay tape scandal. T.I. and Tiny have been getting dragged through the mud over King's behavior for way too long, and the last straw might just be this one. And, of course, it didn't take long before the drama between King and his baby mama blew up in everyone's face. He was absolutely not here for any of it. The streets have been buzzing with whispers that King might not even be the biological father. Now, I know you'll have seen that baby, but come on, you can't deny that kid's got King's whole face. But word on the street is that the baby mama wasn't even sure who the real father was and decided to pin it on King anyway. That alone had people side-eyeing the whole situation. But hold up, it didn't stop there. The rumors escalated quickly, with insiders claiming that a DNA test had already been done behind the scenes, and allegedly, the results say King is not the father. Now, I don't know about y'all, but that baby looks way too much like King for me to believe that. Imagine the chaos that unfolded behind closed doors. T.I., always the rock of his family, was reportedly furious as he watched his son, King, spiral further out of control. This latest scandal had pushed him to the brink, and T's frustration was palpable. For years, he'd been the one to clean up the messes, to shield the family from the fallout of King's mistakes. But this time, it seemed like the situation was beyond repair. T's anger wasn't just about the scandal itself, but about the constant cycle of chaos that had been eating away at the family's reputation. It was as if King's actions had become a never-ending source of stress, and this new incident was the final straw. Sources close to the family reported that T.I. had been working tirelessly behind the scenes, trying to scrub the leaked video from the internet. It was no secret that T.I. had a reputation for being fiercely protective of his family, especially when it came to their public image. According to these sources, T.I. had gone to great lengths to try and erase the video, using his connections and resources to contain the fallout. And based on what people who had seen the clip said, It was easy to understand why. The footage wasn't just another careless moment, it was raw, explicit, and left nothing to the imagination. King's face was clearly visible, making it nearly impossible to deny his involvement. The video had the potential to destroy everything the family had worked for, and T.I. wasn't about to let that happen without a fight. But here's the real question. Why did T.I. step in so aggressively to bury the footage? Was it because he was still trying to protect his son, one last act of fatherly love before finally cutting ties? Or was it simply about preserving the family's name, about stopping the scandal from spiraling out of control and tarnishing their legacy? Either way, it was clear that the damage was already done. King had pushed things too far this time, and no amount of damage control would change the fact that this scandal was now out there, lingering in the public eye. T's actions were a clear sign that he wasn't going to let his family go down without a fight. But it also marked a significant shift. T.I. had reached a breaking point. His patience, it seemed, had run out. He had tried, for so long, to shield King from the consequences of his actions, to step in and protect him whenever things got messy. But now, it seemed like T.I. had finally realized that King needed to face the music. This was a problem that couldn't just be swept under the rug, no matter how hard T.I. tried. The family dynamic had shifted, and it was clear that T's next steps would be crucial. Would he continue to protect King, or would this scandal finally be the tipping point that changed everything? Either way, the damage had been done, and the road to redemption, if there was one, was going to be long and difficult. For now, it was unclear how this would all play out. But one thing was certain, T.I. had had enough. The family was about to face the consequences of King's actions, whether they were ready for it or not. By the looks of it, King's about to learn the hard way what happens when even your own father decides enough is enough. After years of chaos, headlines, arrests, and now a full-blown scandal that rocked the internet, it looks like T.I. is finally done playing cleanup for King. The leak was messy, the boyfriends exposed made it worse, and now the entire Harris family brand is hanging by a thread. With T.I. allegedly cutting all ties and telling the rest of the family to follow suit, this might just be the coldest fallout we've seen from a hip-hop family in a minute. But here's the thing about King. He's not the type to go down quietly. Don't be surprised if this story blows up all over again. Because if that tape was just the beginning, we have to wonder what else is lurking behind the curtain.